is the Last Minute Blues Podcast with Jeff Burton, Donnie Fandango, and former Blues defenseman Jamie Rivers. Powered by Together Credit Union, empowering you to achieve your financial goals.
It is the Last Minute Blues Podcast. Jeff Burton, Donnie Fandango, and Jamie Rivers. Jamie, I'm in a terrible mood today.
Why?
Dude, I'm in such a bad mood. It's actually funny. I was actually going to ask you for off-air, advice, but I'm not.
Boy, you're coming to me for advice?
You know what I've realized, and we're going to talk about hockey here in a second, but when I started doing this gig, I very much understood that you got to play the game. You got to shake the hands. You got to kiss the babies. You got to play nice in the sandbox. At 46 years old, after being in this business for 20 years, I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm having a real struggle some days and playing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't understand where we can't all live in a world where we don't say the things that we mean and do the things in which that we say. And I know that's super naive and thinking, but just one of those days, Bubba. That's really it, man.
All right. Well, how can we get you out of that funk, Donnie?
Oh, no, and I'm not even BSing. I'm not even BSing. I was looking forward to this today because no matter what it is that we talk about, I'll leave here in a better mood than when we started. That's how it always is when I get into to do the podcast. I get all friggin' woo-boo, and then you and Jeff do your thing, and you're idiots, and then all of a sudden I feel better and realize that it's not near as serious.
Well, let's do this then. Let's start off by talking about the music business.
All right. Oh, yeah. That's a great place to go. And for a second you had me. I was like, okay, wait, no. Therein lies part of the problem.
There you go.
So, it was a really great day yesterday, if your name is Jordan Kyrou.
Wow.
The bank account got a lot bigger yesterday. And just in general, Jamie, I would like to know your thoughts on the deal, on the money, on the years, all of that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
All of it. Look, Jordan Kyrou had himself a year last year, and his trajectory as a player has continued to trend upward. Mm-hmm. And so therefore you think, okay, what could be the next step? And I think that's what the Blues are paying for, is the next step, meaning that's what they've invested their money in. Because as of right now, if you look at Robert Thomas and you look at Jordan Kyrou, I think you see a more evolved player in Robert Thomas.
Yeah.
Now he's making the same exact dollar amount as Jordan Kyrou is now as of yesterday. Jordan Kyrou is not the same all-around player as of yet as a Robert Thomas. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the part there where there's a little bit of a stock market risk, you know?
Sure.
You're investing in it. The stock looks good. It's trending in the right direction. There is some risk, but I'm willing to invest anyways. I think that's what the Blues did here. They saw an opportunity to create their new core of players, and the new core is going to be surrounded around Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. They're another 8 years after this year, so 9 more years of these two guys. I mean, that's your core.
It's pretty crazy, and I think that would probably go on to explain that money, maybe why Kyrou wasn't untouchable this summer when there were, trade possibilities and things.
Yeah, and you have to remember something, too, is the salary cap will go up, probably $6, $7, $8 million in the next couple of years, because revenues are at an all-time high in the NHL, and based on their model of revenue sharing, more money you bring in, the more money you can make, type thing. And so this contract will end up not hurting the Blues if you look ahead at next year and the year after. The good thing that Doug Armstrong has done here, he's got his goalie, and Jordan Binnington, I think, has 5 more years on his deal.
Yeah.
He's got his D-core. For the next 4 years, anyways, you've got your top 4 defensemen locked in, and you've got 3 other guys locked in past that with Parayko, Falk, and Krug. Nick Leddy, obviously, he'll start a 4-year contract coming up this season. So your top 4 D are locked in for 4 years. You've got Braden Shen locked in for, I think, another 5 years. Beyond that, you've got Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou, and you got Pavel Buchnevich for a couple more years. You got a 3-year extension there. So that's where you're at. That's your nucleus of your team. What happens with Ryan O'Reilly? To be determined. I don't know what direction Ryan O'Reilly's going to want to go in as a hockey player. Will he take less to stay in an environment that he believes in? Will he not care and go anywhere just to get top dollar? Will the Blues offer him a contract? These are things that have all crossed my mind because all the automatics we thought of before didn't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
David Backes, that's an automatic. No, it wasn't. Alex Pietrangelo, I mean, come on. The guy just lifted the Stanley Cup.
Well, but
Didn't
David
happen.
but David Perron though.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
No, that didn't happen either.
I saw that one too.
So I'm treading very lightly with the Ryan O'Reilly thing, although in my heart, in the core of my soul, Donnie,
yeah.
I feel like this deal gets done.
Right.
I think he stays at St. Louis.
When I started going to Crestwood Dental Group to see Dr. James Maxwell, I had a legit fear of going to the dentist's office. I had to get a lot of work done because of that. But listen, because my kids are going to Dr. Maxwell, they have had such a great experience going there. They're not going to grow up like me with this irrational fear of going to the dentist. And those guys they just have the best smiles. And that's with the help of Dr. Maxwell and his amazing staff. Listen, Dr. Maxwell is always learning. They're always using the latest and the greatest in technologies to make the experience better for you. Also, cosmetic dentistry. They handle the general dentistry stuff as well. If your family needs a dentist, Dr. Maxwell and his staff, they're going to treat you great. They're going to treat you like my family, all right? Reach out to them, crestwooddental.com, or give them a call at 314-463-5655.
It's blue.
Okay, so let me, kind of along those same lines of everything that we have thought has not happened, I was thinking about this the other day. I have been wrong at every step of this Vladimir Tarasenko thing. I had the guy traded before last year. Do you envision a scenario at all where maybe dude signs another deal here?
No.
You do not.
No, I don't.
This is it.
The Blues are going to need that $7.5 million. They're going to have decisions they have to make. So Ryan O'Reilly, he's not going to make 7.5. Ryan O'Reilly and Vladimir Tarasenko currently both make 7.5. At least their salary cap hit is that of 7.5. Ryan O'Reilly will not make $7.5 million in his next contract. I'm predicting somewhere between 5 and 5.5 if he stays a Blue. Now, he might be able to get 6, maybe even 6.1, 6.2, somewhere else. But again, that's going to turn into the Tom Brady thing. You want to be able to sign players around you
right
to make money? You take a little less. Everybody makes a little more. Maybe there's championships. So we'll see how Ryan O'Reilly works with that. But Vladimir Tarasenko at 7.5? No. I think that ship has sailed, barring something absolutely astronomical that blends these two parties back together. Maybe if they win another Stanley Cup together, maybe it's the feel-good story they want. Apart from that, I think that the Blues are going to need that money. You got a lot of guys coming off the books after next year, and you got to fill the void.
Right, boy. But I mean, in a great way for the Blues, you've got 91 highly motivated in the last year of a contract.
Yeah.
So we think that it's just, like I said, I've just been wrong this whole entire time. So just me thinking that he's got 1 foot out the door probably means that he doesn't. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, obviously, you're going to have to figure out a way to pay everybody.
Got to figure out, everybody's got to get paid. Like I said, Doug Armstrong's done a good job of locking up to be the core pieces. The only one that's missing on that is Ryan O'Reilly. After that, once you get Ryan O'Reilly re-signed, hopefully if we do, fingers crossed, then now you branch out from there. Where do we add small pieces? Heck, Brandon Saad's under contract for a couple more years too.
That's right.
That's right. Your roster is in good shape, but you could really use that $7.5 million from Tarasenko, and you could use the salary cap to go up, and now you start filling in some of the pieces, and all of a sudden that championship window stays open. Why? Because you don't have to address your D at all. You don't even have to look at the blue line for 4 years.
It's unbelievable the way that Armstrong does this, man. It's unbelievable. Also, too, and I don't know if you saw this or not, but this morning at his presser, like kind of his loose presser, they had Jordan Kyrou. My man shows up in T-shirt, flip-flops, and he signed an 8-year deal yesterday, and he just looked like he got out of the pool, man. It cracked me up.
I know. Army must have been just like seething because Army's a very, professional, button-up type guy. Like, he's not like shirt tie all the time, but always looking professional. Here comes Kyrou walking in like he just dropped his surfboard off.
Right. To 100%. Real quick, and I don't want to forget this. We should have talked about this last week already, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring it up. But talk to us about Jamie's jerseys on 101 ESPN and how people can win a jersey. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Twin Peaks has sponsored this again, and they did it all last year, and it's great. It's Jamie's jersey giveaway, and what they do is they highlight a jersey every 2 weeks this year. And all you got to do is go to 101ESPN.com or the mobile app and register. Just register, and you have a chance to win. You also get a $25 gift card from Twin Peaks. So you get in there. And by the way, people always laugh at me like, oh, yeah, Twin Peaks, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, maybe you go in there for the scenic views, Donnie.
Sure.
But the food is amazing.
Yeah,
it really is good food. I'm not joking.
I got to tell you this story. This was late last year, and I don't exactly know why they were over in the ballpark, but Mary, Ava, and Dexter were starving after something. Mary sees Twin Peaks, thinks legitimately nothing of it, just that they're all hungry and they need to get food.
Yeah.
All right. They walk in, and at the same time that my son's eyes are bugging out, Mary's kind of figuring it out. But that said, they had an amazing meal. Like, Mary keeps talking about how good the food was, and Dexter liked the food, but again, the scenic views were a reason that he would like to go back.
I'm telling you, yes, I don't blame either of them for that matter. And they got, look, I say this all the time, they got a great cocktail menu. The beer is always ice cold. Like, if you're going to go watch a Cardinals game or a Blues game, out-of-town game, get over there, get a good meal, and you won't be sorry.
We got it.
Not trying to give a gratuitous plug,
yeah,
but I've become a fan.
We just got to get Dexter not to stare. That's
No,
where
I think he's fine as long as he finishes his meal.
For Jeff Burton, Jamie Rivers, and Donnie Fandango, it's the Last Minute Blues Podcast. Thank you as always for listening. Let's go Blues.
The Last Minute Blues Podcast. Hear more at 1057thepoint.com. Powered by Together Credit Union, empowering you to achieve your financial goals.